Singular countable nouns must be used with an article. In this video, we'll look at the most common situations where English uses the indefinite article a and an. First of all, the indefinite article a or an is used when we talk about something in general. For example, he wants to buy a house. We say a house because a refers to houses in general, not the house he wants to buy. It can be any house. So the first important rule is use a or an to talk about something in general. Our second important rule is the indefinite article often means one. For example, he's eating an apple. John is reading a book. Here we have an apple and a book. The indefinite article means one, so he's eating an apple means he's eating one apple. John is reading a book means John is reading one book. So we use the indefinite article to talk about one person or thing. Again, remember, it's not a specific person or thing. In the example, John is reading a book, we don't know which book John is reading, or maybe it doesn't matter which book it is. The important idea is simply John is reading one book, but we are not saying exactly which book. Let's move on to rule number 3 and let's look at another example. I saw a man walking a dog. The man was very tall. We use a or an to introduce something for the first time. I saw a man. When we mention it again, we use the. The man was very tall. Another example. They live in an old house. They want to sell the house. We say an old house because this is the first time we mention it. But then in the second sentence we say they want to sell the house. Now we use the house because we already know which house we are talking about. It's the house they live in. So the basic pattern is first mention, use a or an. I have a bike and a car. Second mention, use the. The bike is blue and the car is red. Rule number 4. Let's see our examples. I am a teacher. My brother is a doctor. She became a grandmother. A teacher, a doctor, a grandmother. We use a and an when we talk about someone's job or profession or a role someone has. Number 5. The indefinite article is common before nouns that are used in descriptions. For example, she's a nice person. It was a lovely evening. He's got a friendly face. We are describing something here, so we use the indefinite article a and an. Number 6. We can use the indefinite article when we say what kind of thing something is. In other words, we use a or an to classify or define something. For example, a whale is a mammal. A rose is a flower. A carrot is a vegetable. Here we are talking about one example of a larger group. A whale is one example of a mammal, and a rose is one example of a flower. Or a dictionary is a book that gives the meanings of words. A dictionary is an example of a larger group, books. We use the indefinite article a to classify and define the noun dictionary. Next, number 7, we use a with these numbers: 100, 1,000, a million. Here, a means one. When we say 100, we mean 100. 1,000 means 1,000. A million means 1 million. For example, there were 100 people at the concert. She won $1,000. Let's move on to the next one, number 8. We use a and an in expressions of frequency, speed, and price. For example, take this pill twice a day. We're talking about frequency here. Or she visits her grandparents once a month. I have Spanish lessons 3 times a week. Also, when we talk about speed, the car was going 100 miles an hour. Or when we talk about price, we also use the indefinite article. For example, the room costs $50 a night. And finally, number 9, we use a or an in exclamations beginning with what. For example, what a beautiful day. What a nice surprise. What an interesting idea. What a story. What a pity. What an exciting movie. So, in exclamations with what and a singular countable noun, we use the indefinite article a or an. Let's do a quick recap. In this video, we talked about the most common situations where English uses the indefinite article a and an, and we said that we use the indefinite article with singular, countable nouns to talk about something in general, to talk about one person or thing which is not specific. We use it to talk about something for the first time, to talk about someone's job or profession or a role someone has. We use it in descriptions. We use the indefinite article to classify and define something. We use a with numbers: 100, 1,000, a million. We use a and an in expressions of frequency, speed, and price, and in exclamations beginning with what. And that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.